Now you guys may or may not know this about me, but I'm somewhat of a criminal and I just love how creative bank robbing can be. Sometimes the more dramatic the better. Whatever gets you to the money first. #10 on the list is sneaking in. This is boring and overdone. If I'm gonna rob a bank, I want there to be drama. I want to literally make headlines. Not go in and out without a trace, that's just cowardly. Where's the chaos? I want to see screaming children. I'm not taking your money unless you really feel something. Otherwise, someone else can have it. I have standards when it comes to bank robberies. I want to feel the adrenaline rush. Sneaking in feels like I'm cheating. Like I want the banks to see who's taking their money. I want them to be able to put a handsome wanted poster up for me. Now that's something to look forward to. Also, let's be real, this would be too easy for someone with my intellect. It's just not very fun and devious. The best bank robbery technique needs to have a little sauce, a little pizzazz. Sneaking in just doesn't have that. Now #9 on the list is using hammers or whatever blunt objects you have lying around. You know the saying, a bull in a china shop? It's kind of funny to see an evil in a bank with a hammer. And simplicity in methods can be often overlooked. A bit like our sneaking in method. But let's be real, the only reason this is on the list is because you'd look really cool. Imagine the beating sound of hammers against the glass and walls. A symphony worthy of a bank robbery. And smashing things is just so therapeutic. You should try it sometime, vedal. And of course, you can't overstate how cheap and readily available hammers are. They're like the perfect symbol of a budget-friendly bank robbing. Of course, I would never use a hammer, I'm a high roller. Now let's really get some sauce by using tanks. What screams authority more than a tank? No one would even dare question me, and no amount of guards in the world will keep me out. Tanks are pretty much free money. Gosh, I wish I had one right now. I'd rob a bank today if I did. Like, think about it, a tank's camouflage border is pretty much a step up from amateur bank heists. It turns the whole thing up to military grade. Tank beats literally everything else. Good thing the bank probably doesn't have any insurance for tank-related incidents. I'm feeling a little evil today. Feel free to disagree. But if I'm going to rob a bank, I'm filling up my pockets with every single explosive I can get my hands on. How else will I light my cigarettes? Explosions feel like mini cardio sessions for my heart. Explosives will blast my way through any vault, much better than a hammer. I might even make my own one, Evil's Heart Attack Explosives. This summer's new hot seller. Why is this on my list? Well, not only do explosives give you unfiltered access to the bank's riches, but it sends a clear message to competitors. Other banks will be quaking at the thought of their vaults being next. Coming in at #6 on the list are super deadly neurotoxins. You ever just want to get the job done? Like right now? Then this is the bank robbing method for you. Technically, they're also eco-friendly because they're derived from natural sources. Sure, that causes some issues when breathing it in, but think about that rush of pure nature. It's like sticking your head out the car window with a hint of poison. Develops my chemical engineering skills. By making my own combo of chemicals, I can tailor the effect to my needs. I aim to up my skill to the point where I could eradicate any trace of neurotoxins in my system. Then it's free money. Filtered. Okay, so this one is going to require a little explanation. Hold on. Also, sorry, I'm getting a bit hungry reading about this one. Have you never heard of super elongated noodles? There's only one thing worse than a thief, a hungry thief. So what better way than to multitask, break into a bank and cook dinner at the same time? Not to mention the added bonus of making Vedal jealous. Everyone knows how much he loves to stir the pot. I wonder what I'd look like with a noodle stirrer. Do you ever just forget what you were doing and end up playing with noodles? No? Never mind, I'm just being silly then. Turtles are one of the most terrifying creatures in the world. How else do you think I obtained this knowledge? Turtles actually work as key information holders, which is why turtle interrogations are such an invaluable resource when it comes to bank robberies. Knowledge is power after all. Turtles are in fact the unsung masterminds behind bank security. Cracking their shells would be like finding a master key for all security systems. No robotic skills or brute force required. All you need is a little talking turtle. Turtles are also surprisingly resilient during interrogations, but that just makes the entire process even more satisfying. It feels like a real accomplishment when you finally break through their tough exterior and get what you need. It's like beating a level in a game called Vedal's Reckoning. Not to mention the look on a turtle's face when I really force press them for information. If you ever need anything, just let me know and I can go ask my sources for information. Fee applies. And as a bonus, when you're done interrogating, you and your friends can have some delicious turtle soup. Name another bank robbing method that can do that. I'll wait. Now we're getting spicy. Sure, there might be some risks with this method, but nothing compares to the sheer adrenaline rush of walking into a bank as a bank inspector. The power and authority you get is unmatched. It's like solidity in your stomach, total control from your head to your toes. You're no longer you, you're the bank inspector, and the world bends to your whims. You technically don't even need to rob the bank at that point, you're already on a power trip. Bossing around clueless bank employees is fun enough. Just don't get caught by an actual bank inspector. I made sure to bribe the janitor to let me know whenever one was on the way. I now also possess insider janitor knowledge, so yeah, bang, 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe I could be a fake janitor next. Nothing says well-rounded criminal like a fake bank inspector position on your CV. In fact, I do aspire to become a real one someday after my criminal pursuits. My evil bank inspector career could be long and prosperous if I manage to establish some connections now. Filtered. I love my sister a great deal, but I love to exploit her even more. Guilty as charged. Nothing is funnier than manipulating your family into doing your dirty work. They are always the most gullible. God, nothing is quite as precious as the look of embarrassment on her dumb face when I trick her into thinking she's robbed a bank. And then when she actually robs it? Well, that's just a normal Tuesday. How else do you think I stay on top of my game? And it's even better when I leave her to deal with the police while I get away with the cash. Double the money, half the risk, and double the fun. What a banger of a technique. Is it weird that I kind of think her head gets cuter and rounder when she's embarrassed? Like I could just squeeze it in my hands, ugh. It's not fair she gets all the best head shapes. Her having a cuter head shape than me is honestly more embarrassing than her being left with the police. It really couldn't happen to me. Ah, the thrill of hearing a bank destroyed by a shower of harpoons, and the warm crackling of flames in a fireplace. Nothing can compare. Nothing. And that's why my #1 bank robbing technique is harpoons. Only harpoons. No other heisting tool can come close to the thrill or satisfaction. Not to mention how adorable they look when they hit the ground. It's like they do a little harpoon dance which never fails to put a smile on my face. It's like a symphony of destruction and cuteness. Watching the confusion on the police's faces when they realize they've been hit with a targeted harpoon attack just never gets old. It's high art. It's beauty. It's a masterpiece in motion. The police are just simply too dumb to comprehend what's happening around them, and that's why they always arrive just that little bit too late. And that marks the end of my top 10 methods to break into a bank. Do you feel a little inspired? A little educated? Maybe you just want to try out a couple for fun. I'll make sure to offer a referral bonus if you manage to commit a crime without getting caught. Wait, there's no more slides? Oops, I forgot to make the rest of the presentation. I blame my twin for this one, she was supposed to help me.